What is up? Colin Nichols.
Be back. We're back.
Long time.
It's been
a
too long.
minute.
Been busy. Yeah, been busy.
We ought to keep up on this a little bit better. That's my goal. Kind of I'll tell a little backstory because then you can catch up on your backstory. I don't know if the last time we did a podcast we even talked about if you had rodeoed or not yet, but
I think it was right before.
yeah. So I got hurt. I tore my PCL and my meniscus when you came out. Actually, I think is when it happened. That is, I believe, when it happened. That's when I headbutted that bull, right? When you came out there, he got a little. I think he was what do they call him? Yuli? Yeah, Moto. Yeah, it was Moto. But I headbutted him and then just landed on my knee weird, and it was gone from there, I think. And then I rode probably 8 more, but every time it just hurt really bad after I fell off. So yeah, then I went to the doctor finally because it wasn't getting much better, and they told me I had a torn PCL and torn meniscus. So I haven't really been riding. Was going out to the practice pen up in Kersey. It was getting on the drop barrel, which I feel like I've gotten pretty good at. I've got it down, which is good. Now it's just like I kind of got motivated because I was just going there, getting on the barrel, and then I was also being like the gate man and stuff. And man, I'll tell you what, that is scary. Oh, that is scary. I guess so much more respect for the bullfighters.
Yeah, I'll say it's about the closest thing you can be to being a bullfighter, like high level, you know.
It's scary.
Bullfighter.
Like being on the back is way less scary than being on the animal or being eye level with the animal. But yeah, I kind of got unmotivated, like as far as bull riding and stuff like that, because I couldn't really go actually ride bulls. So that's why I kind of failed the podcast a little bit. But tell us what you've been up to.
That's hard. Yeah, I get that's hard. Like, it is very hard to stay motivated in times like that. And I feel like I'm going to have some. Well, I guess we'll get to that. But the last time we podcast was a week before my first rodeo. It actually ended up being a practice day, which was, I thought it was going to be more, I guess, rodeo style. Maybe there was before my first rodeo. I can't quite remember. So I went to a practice day with a small family association out here in Central Missouri, Bull Weevil. Became a member there. So since then, about a couple weeks after that, I had my first actual, I guess you can call it a rodeo, but it was more of an event because they had barrel racing, bull bending, bull riding, and shoot dogging. Like the 3 or 4 events they had. So like they didn't have any roping or anything like that. It was in a small arena. But so that was my very first actual like pay to enter and also could win money event. And so it was a 2-day event, a Friday and Saturday, a doubleheader. Friday night was still to this day probably the best ride I've ever had, and it was like really, really cool to have things come together. And I actually took the bull like halfway laying down, like he was down on his front, his belt was still his hind was still up in the air, or still up in the chute a little bit, but basically almost took him laying down, which I've never done before. Ended up having a really, really good ride. I didn't make it 8. I was at like 6.8, maybe 7. Like pretty dang close. Like way closer than I've gotten on anything like at that rank. Little backstory on that ride. Like it came out of the chute, it basically just went straight, like jumping and kicking and kind of belly rolling a little bit. It was a real fun ride. And on my way down, I actually got hit in the head. I hit its head. Luckily I'm wearing a helmet, but then its horn caught me in the neck. So I was just stiff. Like I wasn't injured or hurt.
I forgot about this.
I guess I was hurt. I wasn't injured though. Like I still went back Saturday and rode. Didn't have a good ride. And honestly, since then, every single rodeo I've been to, it's just been crap, and it's gotten real frustrating. But so after that, for those who have listened to prior podcasts, maybe you do know, maybe you don't know, but I'm 6 foot tall, about 195 pounds right now, so I'm not built the best for bull riding. Played college football, linebacker, so pretty athletic. I coach in a gym, so try to stay fairly strong. And so my family, my grandpa who's rodeoed, my wife who's rodeoed, are like, you need to do steer wrestling. And I've always like, oh yeah, I would for sure do it. Don't have a horse or anything like that. Well, at that first rodeo, I saw people shoot dogging, which is basically steer wrestling, but you just start in the chute, once you cross a certain line, then you can wrestle the steer down. You have one hand on its horn, one hand behind its shoulder. And so after that, I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. So then I signed up for two different rodeos, one weekend. So one was Friday night, one was Saturday, down by Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri. It was actually a really cool experience. So how that kind of worked is my wife was out of town for something, and I packed up the dogs. I got in the truck, drove down to the lake. I found a campground out there at Lake Ozark State Park. I pitched a tent. I had a Blackstone in the bed of my truck. It was really, really nice. It was right by the lake. It was beautiful, perfect time of the, I think at night it actually got pretty cold. It was like 58 degrees, but it wasn't freezing, wasn't hot. But Friday night, went out there, tried to ride a bull. It was a weird one. Came out of the chute and like ran out of the gate and left. So I kind of got sat back behind, and then it stopped and jumped up out of the air. And I actually had a pretty decent recovery, but on that, after it jumped up and came back and bucked again, I got bucked off. So not a good ride, but it was a weird bull. But had a pretty cool recovery where I actually like pulled up on my rope and set my feet, which is the reason I'm getting bucked off. So I was like, oh cool, I'm doing something. And then I actually entered shoot dogging that night because I was like, oh, I'm gonna practice, try to get into this whole steer wrestling thing. It was my very first run. I ended up taking second that night. I was in first after all the runs, but someone came in slack the next day and beat it. But I ended up second in that rodeo shoot dog, won a check. So my first rodeo check, which was really cool. I didn't know at the time, so I went back, got back to the campsite around midnight, went to sleep, woke up, did some fishing, whatever. Had a rodeo about 20 minutes away through a different association. Entered in the bull riding and shoe dogging again. Got there, and that was a one day, so it was very long. I didn't get on my bull until almost midnight. Long day. Didn't have a very good ride. Very rigged bull. Came out, bucking, kicking, and spinning real quick. Basically just ragdolled me, threw me down. Wasn't, again, not very happy with it, but entered the shoot dogging again, went in there. Ended up taking first, so my very first two events ended up taking first and second in the shoot dogging. So actually paid for all my entry fees, which was really cool. So that was the first big rodeo weekend I had. After that, there was a week break between each association until this weekend. I entered. So Friday night I was entered in the bull riding and shoot dogging in my hometown, and then Saturday I was entered in the slack and shoot dogging about 40 minutes away, and then Saturday night entered back in bull riding and shoot dogging. So it was a lot of travel and a lot of rodeo time this weekend, which was really cool. My wife was able to come with me, but it stormed its butt off, and it was so muddy. So preference that is super muddy. Bull ropes are wet, not sticky at all, which at the end of the day, it's more about technique than a sticky rope, like you know that. So I wasn't too concerned about that, but Friday night was very chaotic because of the rain. So many people turned out in like the barrel racing and roping, where all of us bull riders were kind of out by our vehicles. The rodeo started. We start getting our stuff, and we're like walking back behind the chutes to like set our bags down. And they're like, all right, bull riders, get it on your mind. You're up at 2. And we're like, what?
Jeez.
There's people running, like bull riders running behind the chutes, like throwing stuff on, like, so nobody was warmed up, nobody was ready. Like, it was just, I wouldn't call it unorganized, because they did have an order of events. They just ended up going through it so fast because so many people turned out because of the rain. So, not their fault, but it was very unorganized. Didn't have a very good ride. Friday night, shoot dogging, sloppy, muddy mess. Actually did pretty good. I actually ended up having the same steer that I had when I took second. I was a little slower on it. I flipped it fast, but in shoot dog and just like or steer wrestling, when you flip the steer over, all 4 legs have to be on there. And I flipped it, and it just kind of accordion, so it kind of folded itself in half, and its butt didn't go down to the ground for a little bit until I had to get a little extra. So I ended up like 3 seconds and something. So I ended up in 4th, so right outside of the money. I was like 0.8 seconds away from winning a check. Friday night. Saturday, went and ran slack shoot dogging, still a sloppy muddy mess from all the rain the night before. I'm still waiting for the results for that one. checking my phone religiously to see if they've posted the results. So still waiting for that. But I went. The steers at this specific place are super big. For those listening, if you don't know, cattle prices are insane right now. Like, stupid expensive. Even like goats and stuff. Like, cattle prices are out of the roof. So the association and the stock contracts and stuff have been unable to buy new steers. So they kind of have had the same ones for the year. And so these steers that they had last year, kind of the same ones they had this year, and they are in the rule book. It says that their steers are not supposed to be over 600. We asked the stock contract, they're like, yes, most of these are around 800. Some of them pushing 9. Like, they're just big and in a sloppy, muddy mess. Not the most ideal, but ended up getting it down on the ground. Got really muddy, but it was actually a pretty big confidence boost because the steer came out backwards. I'll send you the video. It's kind of cool. It sucks because you want them to come out forward and running, and that's how you flip them. But it came out backwards.
DM me it real fast, and we'll play it on here.
Okay.
I can play it on here. But for those because I don't even know, what does slack mean? You said slack.
Yeah. So in a rodeo, you have a performance and you have a slack. So how most of the time it works in rodeos is they only allow, like a county, if you guys go to your county rodeo or county fair rodeo or whatever, what you're watching is the performance. So that's the big under the lights, Friday night, Saturday night, that's the performance. They only allow so many people in those because a rodeo for spectators and things like that can only last so long. Like, you can't have, if you have every single person entered in who wanted a rodeo on performance nights, you would have an 8-9 hour long rodeo. So it's just not reasonable or I guess logistically sound to have that many people running performance. So let's say they have 10 barrel racers, 15 ropers, 10 bull riders. Well, when you do your call-ins to enter that rodeo, if you're not within that 10 or 15, you get put in slack. So what slack is you're still in to win the money, but it starts at like 10 a.m. on Saturday. There's not any really spectators besides family members, but you can still go out and make your runs. Now, as far as like rough stock, there's not really any rough stock. So the associations I'm a part of, there's more smaller central family. I think I sent it to you for Snapchat.
Yeah, send it me on Instagram because I got Instagram on my computer, so I can share.
Like this smaller family association I'm in, Slack's mainly for like families, and when I enter, I can enter in for performance or Slack. They don't really cap it out, but it just makes it easier, like for certain people to make Slack. It's not, sometimes people can't just make it to a Friday or Saturday night because of prior things going on, stuff like that. So, like for me, I wanted to go to one rodeo at night, but the association I'm a member of, I'm in for, after I won, I ended up taking first place. I was already a member in that association for bull riding and stuff, but I took first place at shoot dog, and so I actually ended up being in first place just because it was the first rodeo for all around points for the finals for shoot dog. And so I was like, well, I really want to make that, but I'm already entered in Saturday night because the place I entered Saturday night was right down the road, like literally 5 minutes from my house. And so I was like, well, I can enter Slack. Oh, here we go. Boom, look at this.
Is it playing?
So, yeah. So if you want to make full screen. So this is shoot dog. And so here, you kind of have to, I think it's considered a rough stock event. We'll kind of watch it through one quick first. It was mud.
That's funny as shit.
They stopped the time a little late. So I'll kind of go through the rules of shoot dogging. So when we're in the shoot...
Hold on. I'll watch this guy come back out backwards. Man, he is big. He manhandling you a little bit.
Yeah, it was muddy. He comes out backwards, throws me on the ground. So how my right arm right there is behind his shoulder. So it has to, you can kind of see the line that they drew in the mud, right by that guy in the red shirt. There's kind of a line right there, yeah. So your hand has to stay behind his shoulder until you pass that line, or you get a 10-second penalty. So somehow, some way, I kept my hand behind his shoulder through all that, and I didn't grab early, which really saved me. Especially with big steers like this, a lot of people grab early. And then once I crossed that line, I was able to flip his nose around and get him on the ground. But you can see
how many people
muddy it is.
Actually didn't get their steer turned over.
So I'm waiting to see the results because I was the only one that ran slack that day. Someone else showed up, and they ended up turning out just how muddy it was. Because stuff like this, shoot dogging's mainly made for, I guess, older guys. Not super old, but people who just don't really have the knees or anything for
Get off the horse.
and getting off a horse, you know.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm really doing it is because I'm using it as an avenue to get into steer wrestling, hopefully eventually. So the guy who showed up, he's like, I'm not going to tear my knees up in the sloppy mud. So he ended up turning out. So I'm waiting to see what the people did Friday night. But those big steers at that association, when I took first, I was actually the only person that night to flip one. One flipped it earlier in the day, but I like cut his time in like half from what I got, just because they're bigger. So it is a lot more technique than I think. I also weigh, out of the guys I have like a group chat and I talk to a shoot dog with, I weigh the least amount out of all of them, but I'm also the youngest. I guess there's one 21-year-old that just started. He's in good shape too, but it is a lot more technique. So that was that run. Came out backwards, which is what you don't want. You want them to come out with their head out forward, just like a bull. You would want their head to come out. Like, you don't want them backing up out of the chute. It just kind of throws everything off.
Well, you don't really want to be backing up trying to flip it.
Yeah, it's just like the way you're holding onto it. You have your left hand over the, like an overhand grip. So it's easier to pull them back, and hold them, and then dig your feet into the ground, then try to come out backwards. Because as you see, is like when you're in the chute, your feet are forward. It's not like it's just hard going out backwards. But I was pretty pumped that I didn't get a penalty mainly. So that was cool. And then Friday night or Saturday night after that, went home, chilled out for a few hours before the Saturday night performance in the hometown. Actually was pretty prepared. Ended up I felt really confident because I know what I've been needing to work on. Like, I know my toes have been coming up. It's just a bad habit from riding horses, like digging my heels in a bull as I have my toes up instead of like down and like wrapping my legs, I guess. The thing I've been struggling with is engaging all of my legs. So I felt confident. I got on the barrel a couple times this week and practiced on it and just felt pretty good. Sometimes you have that feeling like, oh, this is going to be it, Ended up getting some stickier stuff on my rope, so my rope was sticky. And I was like, oh, this is going to be it. I had some people, since it is in my hometown, had some people come out and watch. So you just have, like, all the good feelings. And I was also exhibition. So for those that don't know, like, since I rode in the same association Friday night, Saturday night, my rides and runs on Friday night were for the money. Saturday night were basically just practice. Like, if I rode or I flipped my steer in the shoot dog, and my scores from Friday night are the ones that counted for the money, the ones for Saturday. But it is a lot cheaper. Like, since I'm not paying for the money, I basically just have to pay the stock contractor fee. Like, my bull riding and shoot dog entry fee for Saturday night were still cheaper than my one bull riding entry fee on Friday night. So Saturday was basically just be practice for me. But to me, and I'm sure Joe's saying, like, every single time, like, if you're going to get on an animal, like if you're going to get on a bull or any rodeo event or anything really, like, you have to treat everything like it's game day. Like, it's not just a practice bull or anything like that. And I was getting on an open bull. So, but they didn't give me a draw. They're like, whatever you run in is what you're getting. I'm like, all right, perfect. That works for me. Because I don't like the fact, like, if I get a bull, I understand the people at the rodeo are trying to help me, but like the people who have been riding in that association and know the stock contractor, they'll come up to me and be like, hey, this is your bull, this is what it does. They'll show me videos, which I do appreciate, but I'm so green in bull riding, I don't want to know. Like, I just want to ride it for what it is, jump for jump, and just work on the fundamentals. And I think knowing what they do has gotten me bucked off more, just because subconsciously I'm like, it's going to turn left. And the last three bulls that I've gotten on, I'm leaning to the left as soon as I get out of the gate. And I was having that problem before my first rodeo, was leaning to the left. And then the open bull I got on my first rodeo, they were like, yeah, we don't know what it does. It kind of does whatever. I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm going to ride it for what it is. And like, even subconsciously, I knew. I didn't know what it was going to do. So I think that helped a lot. So I get my bull, it runs into the chute, I get my rope on, I'm feeling good. It actually lays down on me, I'm like, perfect, I'm going to take it laying down. And it's weird, because like I had that one, my best ride so far was on a bull laying down, and I was like, I'm going to take it laying down, it's going to be freaking sick again. It's just muddy and messy. It also rained that day, so I was like, it's going to be freaking awesome. It's a pretty good crowd that night, and I nod my head. It leaves. I feel like I was in good position coming out of the gate, even though I got bucked off maybe 1.5, 2 seconds, maybe like the second, third buck. But coming out of the chute, I was like, oh, I feel good, but got a little bit lean to the left, and I just couldn't recover from that. So I slowly leaned down to the left, got bucked off, and this is the result from Saturday night. I don't know if you could tell. Here's my other hand.
You could tell when you put your other hand up.
It's a little jacked up.
Put your other hand up like that. I bet your ring doesn't even fit on your finger.
No, I haven't even tried. It's pretty bruised. Pretty bruised up. So I watched the video back at first. So when I came down.
So that's your riding hand?
It is my riding hand. It's my left hand.
Yeah, that's even worse. So you could probably get away with riding if it was your free arm.
I could get away with riding if it was my free arm. Like if it was, it would hurt. Like it hurts moving it. Right? But I actually can. This is about what I got right now. Like if I really. It hurts, but I can get it, right? I can get it into a fist. I just can't really squeeze. So, like, holding on to anything is pretty swollen. And actually, opening it all the way hurts even worse. Like, trying to get my finger straight right now. So, pretty swollen. So, what happened was get bucked off. I feel it happen. And I'm like, crap. It just stomped on my hand. Watching the video back, it actually looks like my hand was in my rope, still holding onto my rope as I was on the ground. Like, that's one thing I've tried not to do is quit. Like, I just do not want to quit my ride. And unfortunately, when that happens, you're getting bucked off, you end up under the bull. So I ended up under him. It's sloppy and muddy, so I can't move out of the way as fast as I would like to. And the bull isn't spinning like he probably would be, or moving like he would be, because he just can't move. It's just so muddy. But what it looks like is I was coming down with my rope, and it looks like he kicks it hard, like his back legs kick it. But I get up. I thought he stomped on it. Get up, get out of the chute. I think he might have stepped on my back too. I don't know. It doesn't really look like it from the video, but everyone was like, yeah, he smoked you in the back. I didn't feel that. He stepped on my leg a little bit, but that was fine. I mean, stepped on many times, but never like on my hand. And I instantly knew something was wrong with it. So I get out. I don't even grab my bull rope. And the stock contractor there, who's actually really, really cool, he knew, he saw it. So he grabbed my rope for me, which was fine. It was all good, but I didn't even grab my rope. I went out, took my helmet off. I saw my wife coming around the chutes, and she had no idea. She thought I might. She was like, "Are you good?" Because she thought I might have gone stepped on the back, but she didn't see my hand. What happened to my hand? And I like waved her over, so she thought I was dying. But she's like, "Are you?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good." I was like, "I think I just dislocated my finger." So, because when I took my glove off, I don't know if you guys can tell, but my ring finger looks really jacked up. Like this one right here, like it's coming out kind of sideways. So I was like, "I think I dislocated my finger. Do you think there's an EMT here who can just put it back in for me?" She goes, "No, I think your hand's broken." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a possibility." Like, because I could not, at that point, I couldn't move it at all. I was like, "Yeah, that's a possibility. Let's just go to the hospital." Went to the ER. Doctor comes in, asks what's happened. He wants to watch the video. He's really cool. He's like, "What are the chances it's broken?" At this point, I was like, "It's shattered." I thought he stomped on it and it was shattered. So I was like, I don't know, 75%, 80. I said 7 to 8. He's like, okay, 75. I'm like, yeah, that's a good guess. He goes, I'm gonna say 90. He goes, I don't think that you're gonna. He said, I think it's shattered. I was like, all right, well, I was like, a 10% chance. That means there's a chance it's not broken. So they come in, they do the X-rays. Another doctor was there. They had 2 head doctors in there. She's watching them take the X-rays because they have the new X-ray machines they just bring in. She goes, I don't see any breaks. Like, just looking at them. I'm like, well, that's good news. And I thought maybe there's some hairline fractures or something then that she just couldn't see right there. She's like, we're going to send them off to radiology. We'll see what they say. 2 head doctors, radiology, and a hand specialist all looking at X-rays, said no breaks. So, got really lucky with that one. They said,
I wonder if the mud helped. The mud helped, being that it was not so hard.
I'll send you the video. Here, I'll send it to you on Instagram. It is like a minute, like 2 minutes long, so you have to skip all the way to the end.
I'll skip through.
But you might be.
Yeah, you texted me and you said, I hadn't heard from you in a while. And what day was that? Was that Saturday?
That was Saturday night, yeah. And I told you.
Yeah, so I just got back from the safety school.
Yeah, you were like, hey, what time does your rodeo start? I said 7 p.m. That's the last thing we said. Because then the rodeo started.
Well, I was at Sankey, and then I remember I just got home. I hadn't checked my phone in a while, and then I don't think we were messaging each other. And then all of a sudden, you just text me. You sent me a snap. Go to the ER. I'm like, oh fuck. Like I was thinking real bad. I was thinking, that's just where your mind goes when you spend time around bulls. You're like, oh god. But you were texting me, so I guess it could.
And that's what I wanted.
Assumed to have been.
Like, and I wasn't like it sucked, right? And it hurt. But my wife was like, "What's the pain?" I told her I was like, "Oh, like an 8." And she's like, "Well, you put on a pretty good front." I'm like, "Yeah, it hurts, but like, I know it's not gonna like even if it was shattered, broken, like it's not gonna hurt like long term. I mean, maybe long term it could have jacked me up bad, but I was like, I was just more frustrated." So then they had a hand specialist come in because they're like, hey, they consider it a crushing injury, is what they call it. So just the amount of force that and the blunt trauma that it took, they were worried that like blood vessels may have constricted and pinched off, or to where I wasn't getting blood flow in my fingers. And I think it's called compartmental syndrome or something, where you feel like I could lose my hand or lose my fingers if it wasn't getting blood flow just because of the massive hemorrhaging. Yeah, so if you want to go like all the way, so you guys can watch this ugly, disgusting ride. It was bad. Yeah, it's always towards him because he's laying down on me right there. So I'm finishing my wrap.
Does he stand back up?
Yeah, he stands back up right before I nod my head. So yeah, he gets me off to the left right away. So I can't tell if he kicks it or if he stomps on it right there on that second kick down. So right there.
I was trying to pause it.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to. You almost have to like drag it in slow motion, like on the video, like on my phone to see. So like yeah, I'm off center to the left right there, trying to bring it back.
Let's just break down. Yeah, let's break down the whole video.
Let's break it down. So here I feel like my knees in suffering a good spot. I'm a little back off my rope. I don't know if that's because when he came up.
I think you just got up
down.
too early. I think
I feel like I'm up right here. And he kind of just does like a weird. So I'm up, I'm driving there. I feel good, like right there. And then I think I was just sitting back too soon. I don't know. I get pushed off to the left, which is what's been happening to me. And then I'm trying not to quit. I probably should have let go right there. But I didn't. I'm still hanging on. There, I'm saying I still have a hold of my rope right there. Like you can see my hand. I'm still holding onto my rope. So I don't know if it was like right here when he kicks it, or if like when
he definitely stepped on you.
Yeah, I know he got
me. Definitely stood on your back. Looks like he stood on your leg too.
Yeah, he did get my leg. But right there,
I think it's right there probably
when he kicked it. And then I was like, so because I watched that, and I was like, man, I don't think he actually stepped on me, which probably a good thing, you know.
He's probably on you right there.
Yeah, I know that. They were like,
my guess because you're
right there.
Well, I guess it's your left hand that's.
It is my left hand.
Messed up,
It's
right?
the one that has the white. You
so,
can see the white tape.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think it was like.
I don't know where he stepped on it then. Do you think he stepped on it or just kicked it?
No, I think he just kicked it.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he just kicked it. That's probably what saved you from breaking it then.
Yeah, very ugly ride. But
you're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, if I stayed squared with him, I feel like everything else was where it needed to be. It's just the staying square. So that happened. I ended up turning out my steer for the shoot dog because my hand was jacked. But yeah, that's kind of how my. So now I'm going to be out for a little bit, for a while. I'm actually making a business decision. I'm going to be out. Just right now is the busy time with my work, so. Once my hands healed up and I can start gripping things, because like it's not broken, it's just bruised, right? So as soon as I get my grip strength back, I'm gonna start shoot dogging again, as much as I can with my crazy work schedule. But I'm gonna hold off on the bull riding until probably late August. I would honestly I want to spend a lot of time on the barrel, like try to get as much practice on the barrel I can, and then hopefully like late August for the Shoreline FA Alumni Rodeo, I'd love to come back and ride in that, you know. But yeah, I have a lot of practice to do, a lot of time on the barrel I need to have. Because I actually built, that's one thing, since the last podcast, I built a drop barrel, so I have one in my house now, which is nice. It's just hard. The main way I get on it, because it's just me, if my wife's not able to push, because she's crazy busy in vet school and stuff, so I just get on it like kind of like a stationary barrel, you know. But let me see if I can see the video of my better ride from the first video. How's the Sankey school?
Dude, this was a blast. This school was a blast. So I went not with the intention of riding at all because of my knee. Honestly, though, I might just start sending it here soon and I'll explain why. But I went to the school and those people are just good people. Cody Goodwin, Sasha, Jody. I actually met Cody's son, which he was at your school, and Elijah, that was also an instructor at your school. So they were the same people there. So kind of hung out with them and help them. You know, it was really smooth this time. We had 35 people. We sold out the school. It was awesome, to be honest with you. This group was really good too. Like, we broke up into groups. Cody was checking helmets, and we were trying to find ways to make it faster to where they get more time on bulls. Which honestly was great this time. Like, they got, like, compared to the school we went to, we flew through it, dude, and they're just getting better and better at the process. Yeah, so like we were done with the kind of like ground school by like 11 o'clock first day.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the second school that you weren't at, it was actually a lot faster. The only thing was there was like bronc riders and stuff.
Yeah, you had a four.
Yeah, that just take you have more events, so it just takes long. And then with mine, like, people get injured, it happens. Like, people get hurt, and so that delays some things. But yeah, definitely, I feel like it definitely went a lot smoother at that last one too.
Yeah, and we broke up into groups, and I was with Eli, and we were up on the actual drop barrel, teaching kids. And dude, I was actually able to help out kids. You know, like I think it's just something I'm good at, is I can teach things well. I might not be able to do it 100%. I mean, I can get the barrel down. I feel like I've got the barrel down, and I know what I'm doing. And at Coda's place, I've started, you know, practicing a little bit of turning into my hand, turning away from my hand on the barrel, practicing that and stuff, you know. But I was really able to help a lot of those kids, and they honestly did really good. Like, there wasn't a single person in that group that really struggled. Like, really, really struggled. Most of them were getting it and being able to get off their pockets and drive through their knees. Like, they were honestly good. And there was two bigger kids, and they even still, you know, did a pretty good job. Like, I feel like in our group, when we went to the November school, there was, like, you know, quite a few people that were had a tough time for sure. Just being able to get it down and drive over your knees. But then first day, everybody bucked one bull. They really stressed this time, like, we really stressed, you know, if you're not ready yet, like, if you want more time on the barrel, just wait until tomorrow. So, like, half the kids got on. I think we had 18 out of the 35 get on the first day. Got through pretty quick, dude. We were done by like 3 or 4 o'clock. We were done super early. But the bulls were good, great stock. I mean, they weren't just jump kickers. There were some, you know, jump kickers where they turned back a little bit. They were good bulls. And the kids did pretty good, to be honest with you, but there wasn't anything. I mean, it's your first time, you know, like, it ain't anything special.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting frustrated at the point where I think I'm on 20, around 20 or so now. Like, it's like my last 3 weeks of endorsement I've had. Like, I had that beginner's luck, fell off a little bit, came back, having a good one. But, like, that's part of it. Like, you know. And I'm also getting a lot more rank stuff now. That bull that I got on there, I should have been able. I've gotten on first stuff and ridden better than that.
Well, it happens. Look at the PBR right now. John Crimper is just going through it. He has.
I saw, like, one of the guys ranked number 50-something in the world. In the PBR, his riding percentage is 7% throughout the season. So I'm trying to give myself grace in that. You know,
makes you feel a little better. Yeah. The second day, dude, the kids did pretty good. I only took one video, and it happened to be one of the better rides. I'm going to show it on here.
I say
the kid did actually. Yeah, I wanted to show it. Just because, like, honestly, for a first ride, it was pretty damn good.
Dude, the junior bull rider at that rodeo I was at this weekend, it was the guy who won it Friday night for the junior bulls. I think he was probably 16 or 17. But it was his second time ever getting on a bull. And he won.
So I don't remember this kid's name, but honestly, there was quite a few good people there. But, I mean, he's actually...
Oh, yeah.
He actually rode him, and he's not even...
Yeah.
He's a pretty ranked bull for a beginner. Yeah, but he's actually driving out. He's up over his rope. You know, not in the best positioning, but usually you see a lot worse.
Yeah.
He's got some fight. He's got some fight in him. And then there was this bullfighter right here. I can't remember his name, but he used to fight bulls like 10 years ago. I think he said he was a really good bullfighter for the most part. He was getting in there. He got hooked twice and did some cartwheels.
I watched Tucker Lane on the Ultimate Bullfighter this weekend. I watched him on YouTube.
Oh, did you? Yeah, that's why he wasn't at our school. It was Coon Dog
Yeah.
and then 2 bullfighters. But the 2 bullfighters did pretty damn good, to be honest with you. They were really helping him out. But yeah, it was cool. There was a lot of, there's a lot of kids that honestly could have a lot of talent if they stick with it. And a lot of them are talking about coming back this September because we have them in the same Larkspur. But actually, this was at Tyra Ronaldo's. I have to look. I'll look it up so I can plug it. Yeah.
They've been adding schools. Like I looked the other day, I'm like, holy cow, they've been adding. Because actually, remember Landon? He said he's going to come to the Missouri one in November.
Heck yeah. Did you plug your code? Landon, use it. But yeah, they have another Larkspur one. So, Stanky Rodeo School, again, guys, good plug, is coming to Larkspur, Colorado. So, all you Colorado bull riders, Stanky Rodeo School is coming back to Colorado, September 26th, 27th. We just wrapped up the school. It was an awesome time. We sold it out. So, if you're thinking about getting into bull riding and want a good place to start, go to Stanky, but it will sell out fast. So, there was a lot of people that messaged me that didn't get to go. There was one kid that joined the wait list, and he was like, I got called. And he was so excited. He's like, they called me, somebody backed out. So he got to go. But we sold it out.
They all sell out super fast. They've been selling out like crazy. So.
Yeah, but it was cool. There's a lot of good people, and a lot of people are going to come back, they said. There's quite a few people that bought gear and stuff like that, so I believe them. And I got a lot of them on TikTok and their phone numbers now.
Yeah, that's been really cool. I've like the last couple radios I've been on. They're like, "Oh, Colin, you're from TikTok." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you just follow me." I don't even have that many followers yet, but it's kind of cool. You know?
Yeah.
So, I like
it
just
is cool.
out, even though I haven't been riding well, but still being part of the community and stuff. It's fun.
All right, hot take. We're gonna let TikTok vote because we're gonna post this on TikTok. Gay or nah? This is my initials. I should have got my wife's, but I think it's my rodeo hat. Obviously not in summer, but. This is gonna be my hat that gets dirty, and people will remember that name, those initials.
I don't think it is. Like I branded my own N on the back of mine, but now I have that hat pin that has my wife's brand on it.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, that's pretty cool. But I like people always look at me with this hat, and I'm like, yeah, that's me, boys. Dude, I'm excited to ride. I'm hoping. Honestly, I might go next Thursday.
Yeah.
I might just ride next Thursday. I went back to the doctor May 7th. They said basically nothing. He was like, "Do you think it warrants surgery?" I'm like, "I don't know. You're the doctor, dude." So I might just ride. And I was talking to a couple people there. Cody's son, he actually tore his meniscus last year, and then this other guy I met. He tore his meniscus, and I think it was Sasha was telling me she tore her meniscus. We were kind of talking about it, and I might just get it cut out if it doesn't get better. So I might just send it and let it hurt, and then when it starts to really bother me, just get it cut out. But I'm itching to get on a bull. I've been practicing, so I want to put it to test a little bit.
Yeah.
But I wish I had a drop barrel.
Yeah.
I wish I had one at home. Because, like, I feel better even just going to Sankey, and I got on the barrel a little bit, just sitting there, just waiting on, when we had downtime, I was just kind of sitting on it. But I feel, like, pretty good. Like, I've been able to figure out how to get a lot of drive through my knees, and I'm like, I just want to put this to play. Mm-hmm. Watching the PBR, and I'm trying to figure out what they do, watching these kids see what they're messing up, and where I can do better, ultimately.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for sure. That's where I'm gonna be, is just trying to be on that drop barrel and try to stay at the motivation aspect of like knowing I'm not gonna get on for the next couple months. But just gonna try to stay motivated. But hopefully,
yeah, dude, you
as
got
soon
a
as
drop
my
barrel.
hand
I would
touch-
just be getting on
Yeah,
there
so-
like 3 times a week, 4 times a week,
Yeah.
every day.
That's what I've been doing. Like even if it's just for 5 minutes, I just get out there. I can, even if it's at stationary, I can just still sit there and work on driving with it being
Yeah.
station. Because there's
Well, that's
actually
the
so
hardest
much-
part.
I put so much tension in the springs, that way Sydney can push me up and down without her getting tired. That if I sit on it, it's perfectly level because of my body weight and the tension. That it just sits there stationary. So I'll just sit there and I'll drive and I'll hold it, take it, then get like sit down, take a second, rest, and then sit up there and drive again.
Yeah. Honestly, if you have anything, just practice that. Like just practice driving, because it's so hard. People don't think how hard it is.
Yeah.
If you do it right, it's hard. Especially coming.
Maybe.
A what?
Poetry in motion. That's
Poetry in motion.
Saddle bronc riding. Like I consider any rough stock, like if you're doing it right, it almost feels easy. Like it's not right, but like that ride.
It does.
There, when I fell off to the side, I feel like I'm trying so hard, just hang on and squeeze and try to recovery. Like physically, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is hard. But like when I'm on one, like it's hard, but I'm like, oh yeah, you're in the rhythms. It's like poetry in motion, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I was telling Caitlin, I'm like so tempted to move to Missouri and just buy some land, and even if it's one bull and one shoot, just fucking get on him 80 times. Yeah. Like I just want more.
I was talking to a guy. He shoot dogs with me. He's older. He has a little boy that does like the calf riding, and he actually does mini ponies too. He does does those mini stuff, and he shoot dogs. He's like, man, I've always wanted to practice arena. He's like, I was thinking about building one because they sell the whole kits and stuff that you can buy with like a couple shoots. He's like, if I got like any practice bulls, do you think you would have anybody that would come out? I'm like, dude, there's nothing in Missouri as far as practice pen wise. Like, there's a couple stock contractors that'll buck here and there. But
yeah, they don't do it regularly. It's kind of
they don't do it. I'm like, if you put out something and you did it regularly, I'm like, you'd have the guys there all the time. Especially like he's located more central Missouri, so you'd have people that'll drive an hour, 2 hours from almost everywhere in the state. He goes, okay, yeah, I'm gonna talk to my wife, and he came back like 15 minutes later. He's like, yeah, I got the okay. I'm gonna get my excavator out and start clearing out for the arena tomorrow.
Hell yeah, dude.
Snap. Like, yeah. So he's like, he said he's been looking at some practice bulls down in Texas to buy.
Dang.
So,
dude, hopefully he does. That'd be great for you.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Dude, honestly, like I kind of want to even get into just like buying bulls. Yeah. And taking it, like be a stock contractor when I ride too. Obviously, I couldn't do both all the time. It'd be hard, especially with work. But down the road, I want to get some bulls.
Yeah, it would be freaking awesome. Even just to hold like a practice pen, like some kind of like mini school, right? Like I'm not a great rider. I feel like I'm a way better coach than I am at doing it.
Yeah.
But at least just having a place where people can get on stuff, But
and we would actually try to help them. I mean, we've been around it enough to know what to do. Can we put it into play 100%? I can't yet, but I can tell you what to do. I can tell you what you did wrong.
Yeah, like that one kid that you sent that video. That was like his first ride, or whatever. That was real good. It's like, could I have done better? I don't know, but I could tell you that he needs to get his chest out. He needs to bring his elbow up and not drop his elbow and things like that. But
yeah, I got one of these kids' numbers. It was a 14-year-old. His name was Isaiah, I think it was, and he was like, sent me his videos like, hey, what can I work on? I just sent him pictures, and I was like, well, right here, honestly, it started really good, but I'm like, look how far away you are from your rope and your arm straight. You need to put a little bend in it, which means you're pulling on your rope. You need to actually lift on that rope when he's kicking. And then right here, I was like, look where you're looking. Look where you're. My camera thing. I'm like, look where you're looking. And then the next frame, he's hitting the dirt right where he's looking.
Right where he's looking.
Yeah. I'm like, right in that picture, I can draw it next where you're gonna fall, buddy. He's like, all right, I got it. He's a good kid. There are a lot of good kids. Dude, it's so frustrating though. Like, and I feel for this kid, and I really didn't know what to tell him. But his name was Billy, and he got the Outstanding Student Award. Well, he was a great kid. He was trying to learn. He was really trying to learn, but he was just getting backed off. Like he had some pretty ranked bulls, but he was so frustrated. He's like, I know what I need to work on. I know what I need to do. He's like, there's just so many things. And he was just getting frustrated because he was just trying to get better and better and better. And that's where I feel like where you're at and where I was at before I got hurt is like some rides were good, and then I went back to square one because I'm like worried about something else. It's just a little frustrating.
Why did I just go backwards? It's so, it is so fun. Like, especially when you know you have the potential to do better. It is so frustrating. So that's where I'm at right now. So I'm just try to get on the barrel, get better. Hopefully keep shoot dogging once my hand gets better. And then get a brush or something, start to see a rest, and then go from all around.
Hell yeah. Cool, do we have it? When do you, not this Thursday, 'cause I'm flying out actually.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Party it up this weekend and come back to the good old MO.
We got a bachelor party, baby.
Yep.
Next weekend, next Thursday, I honestly probably will. Because he's got a nice easy bowl that, I mean, if I get thrown off him, I'm probably not going to feel good about myself. But he's nothing crazy, so I'll probably just get on him, see how it feels. I don't know, because I'm like, I'm older, 26, right? I don't have a lot of time in this. Who knows how long I have? But I'm like battling, do I just get on and fight through the pain? Or do I wait the 4 months and really let it heal all the way? You know, but then there's 4 months gone.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I get that. That's like, I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna do me, right? I'm not gonna worry about other things, but at the same time, like, I do have a career and I am older, so I am gonna take a pause for a little bit. I'm gonna keep podcasts and still be involved. A couple of the guys that have been that we met at the Sankey School, Matt, Levi, and Colton. I don't know if you remember them. They're at both of them, but they actually rodeo in the same association. One of the same associations I go to. So like they were there Friday night, so I'm gonna keep going. If I'm shoot dog, I'm still gonna pull our ropes and all that kind of stuff because hit the same association. I'm still gonna be involved in the riding and practicing and stuff, but I'm probably just not gonna hop on. My goal is the Troy FFA alumni, as long as my hand's good, which it should be by then. It's just
that's in August.
It's swollen right now. Yeah, it's like late.
Dude,
August,
how cool would that be? That'll be our first rodeo together, hopefully.
No, yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Like,
dude, that'd be sweet.
Fun.
That would be so cool. Honestly, my first rodeo potentially be with you back at our high school hometown. That'd be nostalgic for sure. Imagine we get first and second. That would be pretty wild. Or we both just cover at least even.
Take everyone's money.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah, Dan, I really wanted to see, like, I think I want to do a rodeo in July. Well, the reason it's a PRCA though, so I don't think I'm going to do it now. But my nephew, he's mutton busting for the first time in Texas. My sister's little boy Case, he's like in love with bull riding, so I send him all my videos when I ride and stuff. But he wants to be, he always like JB Mooney. He's always talking like about JB, but he's gonna mutton bust in the rodeo down there. So I'm like, dude, it'd be so cool if I went there, watched him mutton bust, and I was able to get on a bull and he could watch me. But I don't know if I'm ready for a PRCA yet.
Right off the bat, first.
Yeah, I don't think so. So we'll probably skip that one.
Yeah.
But I need to figure out how to find some associations out here and maybe just go watch in the meantime. Kind of see what they're about.
Yeah. My one, at least from the way I found mine, was there's a Facebook page, like kind of how like that practice Facebook page we got a part of. It's just like Missouri upcoming rodeos. People post the rodeos out there, and I know actually.
What's the association?
So I'm a member in one. It's called Bull Weevil Rodeo Association. So it's just a Central Missouri one. The one I've been going to, which I'm not a member of, because I was like reading the rule books. Like you have to pay a membership fee to become a member and actually have your points count towards finals and things like that. You also have to make a certain amount of rodeos. And so the other one that I've been going to that I'm not a member is Central Family Rodeo Association. And they're really good. The only reason I didn't become a member was because with my schedule, I don't know if I would make the minimum amount of rodeos to have my points actually count for the finals. So I just chose not to become a member there. And then there's K-Bar C. It's a Bulls event. First one I ever went to was a Bulls and Barrels event. I'm a member there because they don't have a minimum. It's just about money won throughout the year. So I was like, well, maybe if I get there and win a check here and there, I might actually make the finals still. But we'll see how that goes. They don't have too many events. So those are the three that I've been going to. One I'm a member, that's Bull Weevil. So they're pretty good. Actually, let's see if they've updated the standings real quick before we.
Yeah, well, now I'm gonna look and see if I can start finding our rodeo to prepare for.
Yeah, we'll see if they've posted the results yet.
You there? I think you cut out.
Am I cut out? No, no results. But oh, it says I'm trying to reconnect. Am I back? Can you hear me? Hello.
Okay, you're back.
There we go.
Back.
It says I cut out. Yeah, the results haven't been posted yet for my shootout run, but no, I actually just rodeoing. It's been a blast, so it is fun. Like, it's my first year ever actually participating in rodeo. It's been cool because my wife rodeoed. Like, I've been around rodeo my whole life. I must say, but like my grandpa team roped, my dad team roped in real bulls, my wife BR races. Like, I've been around rodeo, but being entered in, it's just it is a blast, you know. And it is fun, like the camping weekend, doing things like that. Like, that's a core memory I'll have for like the rest of my life. Unfortunately, my wife wasn't there, but like me, my black lab, my yellow lab, me, and my two dogs, and I was just camping at a beautiful spot, hitting up rodeos, driving all over the place. It was fun. So
I might have just found a place.
there you go. I was saying a lot of them use the same stock contractor too. Like Central Family and Bull Weevil, they use the same stock contractor. So I'll hit one Friday night and hit the other one Saturday night. It's the same contractor. They just bring different bulls to each one. You know, they have like 2 trucks, 2 trailers. So it's the same contractor, which is a lot of these because there's only so many stock contractors out there. You know.
All right, dude. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah. So I guess wrap it up. That was talk about our first rodeo, sinking school, and looking forward to you getting back on. Me coming up a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
Keep this a little bit more. I bet our next one, dude, we can recap. We might stay tuned. Next one, recap PBR World Finals, maybe.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's a good idea.
PBR World Finals is going on.
Kind of a shocker.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's just crazy how this thing you have to ride good in the finals, or you can lose it. Like how far John was ahead, and now it's a race again. Like it's going to be all the way until the end. So
yeah, it's pretty wild. But all right, let's wrap this up.
All right,
Peace
see
out.
you later. Peace.